Let's begin our special coverage of the protest against hunger and economic hardship in the country. Again, I'm William Mofrebe, and Jumai Manson is also on this special coverage today at Wimbledon.
Good morning once again. It's great to be here again. Yes, it's the same, like from morning till now. We're still, yes, so we're doing the same. I'm trying to get the special coverage when it comes to the protest that is ongoing in various states. And right now we have someone via Zoom all the way in Lagos, Mr. Charles, and he'll be joining us via Zoom, telling us what is happening when it comes to the protests making rounds at about this point. I don't know if he has joined us yet. Mr. Charles.
Yes, I'm live. I've joined.
Mr.
I'm live.
Charles.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, the viewers.
Good morning.
I'm here. Good morning. Good morning.
I can barely hear. Hello, Mr. Charles. Good morning.
Yes, can you hear me now? Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Well done.
Good morning.
All right. We're going to quickly do some little hitch there, but I'm sure he's going to join us back so we can hear him loud and clear. I can see that he's driving. Mr. Charles, are you back on?
Hello, can you hear me now? Can I give my reports now?
Yes, I can hear you, but it's not loud enough.
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Mr. Charles, so tell us, good morning.
Yes, I'm reporting from Lagos.
All right, tell us the situation report. What's going on and the parts in which you're in Lagos?
Yes, I'm right now. I'm at Agege. I'm driving through the business markets in Lagos. Agege market. Everywhere looks cool and calm. Just few people that are opening their shop, and everybody is going about their activities. Everywhere is looking cool and calm. Yes, going past the busiest aluminium village too in Alimosho.
Okay. All right, Mr. Charles, so there's no protest ongoing, or everywhere is just cool and calm? Hello, Mr. Charles. All right, Mr. Charles, I'm sure he's going to reconnect for us to know what is happening in the areas of Lagos. He says he's passing through Agege. If you know Lagos very well, there's Agege, there is Egbeda, Axis, Ikotu, and all of that there. And that's where mostly, they call it the mainland, where protests are always very, very vibrant when it comes to the youths who live around there. Mr. You're just looking at me.
All the way to Surulere, all the way to Anthony Village, Maryland.
Okay.
And you stretch it a bit further to maybe Ojota. Of course, Ojota is always a hotspot for protests.
Yes, it's always
we have the Ganefa fountain.
Oh, yes, we do. So I'm sure Mr. Charles is going to give us more updates on what's happening in that as the mainland, talking about Egbeda, Yanokpaja, and of course, all of those places, Agege. I'm sure he's going to come back and give us more updates on what is happening when it comes to the protest. But so far, so good. Everything is cool and calm.
We've not heard stories or seen news about disruption.
Yes.
But again, I think that's essentially what government has tried to do days before now, to say let's make this as non-disruptive as possible. Yes, go ahead with the protest, but let it not be disruptive.
True.
But again, there's a bit of controversy around that. People say, until protest is a bit disruptive, the message will not be passed. But that puts a lot of work on the front of leaders across Africa, because one of the instances that those in government have also cited this week so far has been Kenya. They say the young people in particular in this country, in Nigeria, must be careful not to have, if you like, reenactment of what has happened in Kenya. But you see, that lesson goes both ways. It's not just for citizens, it's also for those who are in power.
Very true.
Because it's, as we say on social media, it's now breakfast for both leadership in Kenya as well as it is for the people.
Very true.
So bad it is in Kenya right now that across Nairobi, which is the capital of Kenya, you find even journalists, media professionals joining protests, which is unprecedented in that, at least in contemporary history of Kenya. So we must learn from history. That's the point. We must understand that if something has happened in a particular place, whether in a particular part of a country or a continent, there's a pretty good chance that there's going to be a replication at some point. You know, when Arab Spring happened just a little over a decade ago, a lot of persons never saw it coming. Started from a small town in one part of North Africa, and the next thing you know is Egypt, the next thing you know is Libya, and then there is a full-blown conflict to the point that even citizens of these countries from the US and everywhere around the world had to fly into the country to be part of the protest. So the question is, did we learn anything from that? Do we look like there's any lesson we've taken away from that? Hopefully, this demonstration will help us redirect our thinking.
Yeah, very important. Well said. And I'm sure, like you said, if there's when there is a situation in other parts of the country, let us pick out the lesson in which we should learn from that. And I'm sure individuals will actually learn the lesson, so we would not ignite what shouldn't be ignited. Very importantly, that we learn our lesson from all of these issues. And I'm sure we'll get more situation reports from various parts. I'm expecting situation reports from Jaji, and of course, Dominic will join us. Let's quickly go on a very quick break. We'll continue with this hunger protest by Nigerians. Stay tuned.
Thank you for staying with us. We're just taking our time to put together updates from across the country. We understand that many cities across this nation are now protest active, for want of better words. That means that those who said they were going to start their protest today already have begun. Abuja being a case in point right now. Anthony Momodu, my colleague, was on the field a while ago, giving us what the pulse is like around the National Assembly here in the nation's capital. Lagos has also started, even though we know there's a court order now restricting the protesters to certain areas, about 3-4 areas in Lagos. We understand Ogun, similar situation right there. I personally spoke with somebody in Benin a while ago who says that there's a place called Ring Road in Benin City. It's like the city center. We have the central business district in Abuja. All right, that there's already convergence of people there, protesters there. And then you have that in Sokoto. Lawal joined us a while ago and also brought us some insights from Sokoto State. It's been massive deployments of police and military presence across the country. FCT has started about 2 days ago as well, just to ensure that in the case of FCT in particular, the court says it's got to be MKO Abiola Stadium, and that's where they should use for their protest. So we'll continue to bring you footage and on-the-ground reports as we make progress.
Yes, definitely. And at about this point, we'll be joining in with someone from Lagos, Mr. Charles, who will be briefing us and telling us the situation report in Lagos, talking about Egbeda, Agege, Iyanokpaja, and all of those axes, because he's driving around town for us to know. All right, Mr. Charles, I hope he has joined us now from all the way from Lagos. Mr. Charles.
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr.
Good
Charles,
morning once
there?
again. Good morning once again.
All right, Mr. Charles, can we hear you? I cannot hear you.
When you stand there, he just lets the...
Okay.
Yes. The
All right.
platform now.
I'm sure he's going to join in some other. He's going to join in soon. Now, talking about Lagos, MK Abiola Stadium, you can see that people have already converged.
It has
there.
in Abuja,
In
Abiola
Abuja
Stadium.
here,
Yeah.
and seriously, but so far so good. The protest has been peaceful. We've not heard any hitches from anywhere so far. Like before, Mr. Charles went off, he said in Lagos, parts in the Agege where he drove in, that is peaceful. Some people are about to even open up their shop, but we're yet to find out what is happening in Jaji. Definitely, we'll be connecting with.
We understand that Charles just joined us again right now.
Okay, Mr. Charles. Hello, Mr. Charles, are you there?
Are you clear, loud and clear? Yeah, I'm heading towards Iyanokpaja now, as this is very known for protest.
I am sure.
But I'm heading towards
Maybe a
here
bit of a
now.
technical hitch that we need to quickly resolve
Exactly.
from our end there. But for someone who's driving around, you can't be sure what the network stability is like because he's, as it were, roving right now.
Roving. All right. We'll quickly go on a very short break, and then we'll return with the hunger protest, giving you more updates on the situation report on the protest ongoing. Stay tuned. Do not go anywhere.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
Are you ready?
We understand Charles from Lagos has finally joined us now to give us an idea of what's happening where he is. Charles, again, we want to thank you for your patience and taking the time to do this with us. All right, so if you can hear me, would you be kind enough to give us an idea what it's like around where you are and how that defines in that area this protest?
Hello?
Just go ahead, we can hear you all right.
Okay. At present, I'm at Yanokpaja Bridge. Yanokpaja Bridge is also known for protest as it is now. Situation report, every area is cool and calm. All area is cool and calm. As you can see, the bridge is divided into two presently. See the officer and men of Labour would watch spin an eye on situation reports.
Okay, we want to do a piece to Kamara.
But the hardship is there, the insecurity is there, frustration is there, the unemployment is there, Nigerians are going through a lot. All I just ask is to help Nigerians and
This is the D-Day, August 1st, 2024, where Africa's biggest black nation, Nigeria, is ready for the showdown for the planned national protest against what Nigerians have described as bad governance, and this protest is aimed at ending bad governance. They have highlighted some very key issues, which has to do with one of them being the issue of poor governance, electoral process not being well, cost of living, and the insecurity ravaging the country. But here at the Eagle Square, where the protest was initially planned to hold, we see heavy presence of military personnel. To my right is focused to the National Assembly, where we see the armored tanks and the Nigerian Army all stationed there, looking fiercely ready for battle against Nigerians who intend to talk to the government as regards what is playing out in the across the country. We also have the NSCDC talking about the National Civil Defense Corps also present in this place, and the Nigerian Police Force also present here, standing in guard, in readiness for the will-be protesters. And also there's the presence of, we've got the media out here focusing on the roads, how secure the roads are for the would-be protesters, and this is hoping that the protests would, at the end of the day, turn out to be very peaceful, as Nigerians have been seen moving about their general business in peace. And we'll be giving you more updates as regards what's playing out in the Federal Capital Territory. My name is Anthony Momodu, reporting for Global Television News.
I'm just coming from Maitama right away. You know, from Maitama Junction, that Transcorp Hilton, it's quite very unfortunate that early this morning while I was coming up, and you know, all the security, there is blockage, and they just block the road and with their vehicles and all that. And it seems it doesn't call for that, because you know, citizens were angry, and they said they are not satisfied with some policies, and these people want to come out to protest peacefully. You know, but federal government is making as if, you know, there is a declaration of war. They are making it, and all these things they are doing is to intimidate the citizens, which is very bad. So it's uncalled for, and we're not happy on a serious note. You know, and when you look at the FCT would have been the lead in terms of this protest, but look at the wicked strategy, and those just distract the citizens, you know, approving a national stadium late hour.
Right, you're welcome back, and I'm trying to bring you a situation report from various parts of Nigeria. Right now, we're being joined by Dominic Biobaku, all the way from Jaji in Kaduna. Mr. Dominic, good morning. All right, Mr. Dominic, it's great to have you on Global Television, talking about the hunger protest. What's happening in Jaji?
Good morning, Mrs. Jumei. Jaji is calm, and there's activities are going on as usual. And though the road being one of the express road within the Kaduna Kano Expressway, the road is calm. Few vehicular movements and activity generally in this area. It's peaceful, and there's no much activities going on right now. Outside the protests, nobody's feeling it because everybody's going about their own activities.
All right. I'm looking at it critically. Is it that the people of Jaji, they're not joining in on the protest?
They are not joining in the protests. They are not joining the protests. Everybody's going about their normal activity right now. And I guess probably because of the peculiarity of the area, it's a military cantonment, so activities are not really no sign of the protest going on right now. But people are going about their normal everyday activity.
All right. So how is the movement like? Cars, I know bikes, individuals. How is that movement? How is it ongoing over there?
The movement, as I said earlier, the normal everyday activity is ongoing. There's no problem, no any sign of protest. That the vehicular movement, because it very well, that is a location whereby is within the Kano axis, Kaduna-Kano axis. The vehicular movement is low. I guess it's part of the effect of the strike. So it tends to reduce vehicular movement. But for the people within this environment, they are going about their activities.
All right, thank you so much. I'm sure my colleague Uyi has one or two questions to ask you concerning the situation report in Jaji.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
So Dominic, I'd like to say again thank you to you for taking our time to give us live reporting from Jaji this morning. Let's talk about security situation, police presence, military deployment. Of course, we know Jaji for what it is. What exactly is the impression? What is the feel like as it has to do with residents and people who live in that entire area?
You see, the Jaji environment is housing one of the biggest military establishments in Nigeria, where you have about 4 or 5 military units clustered in one location. But there's no fear, I guess, because of the environment that we are. There's no fear at all. Everybody is calm. It's just that there's this awareness of the protest anyway, but it does not really stop anybody from going about their activity. So there's no sign of fear or anxiety anywhere.
All right.
Thank you so very much, Dominic.
All right, Mr. Dominic, thank you for being a part of Global Television this morning, giving us the situation report on the hunger protest. Thank you so much for being a patriotic Nigerian and being available at this time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
All right, we just heard from the situation report of Jaji, but let's go and hear what some protesters on the streets are saying when it comes to the protests happening here in Abuja. Let's listen to the situation report from our correspondents, Edike Michael, and of course, Anthony Momodu, who covered that particular protest event here in Abuja. Stay tuned.
Right away. From Maitama Junction, that Transcorp Hilton, it's quite very unfortunate that early this morning while I was coming up and, all the security, there is blockage and they just block the road and with their vehicles and all that. And it seems it doesn't call for that because, citizens were angry and they said they are not satisfied with some policies. And these people want to come out to protest peacefully, but federal government is making as if, there is a declaration of war. They are making it, and all these things they are doing is to intimidate the citizens, which is very bad. So it's uncalled for, and we're not happy on a serious note. And when you look at the FCT would have been the lead in terms of this protest, but look at the wicked strategy and those just distract the citizens, approving a national stadium late hour and all that is affecting the youth. Sincerely, we're not happy. It's just a distraction. It doesn't call for this. Is not war, but federal government is making it like war. So just to intimidate the people so that people will not be able to come out for protest. So it's not called for.
Do you think it's going to work? In town, do you think this is the act of intimidation by the government to cow Nigerians from coming out on the streets?
Actually, I don't think it is an act of intimidation, but I think the security personnel are doing their job. and I choose not to comment on the situation of the country.
You know, Robert, as a Nigerian, don't you think the show of force by the security agencies might trigger the protesters who would want to be peaceful to get violent?
I don't think so. And also, I think even the security personnel are also feeling the heat.
Initially planned to take place, but we can see that rather than the Nigerian protesters to be occupying the Eagle Square, it's the security agents who have occupied the Eagle Square, making it impossible for the Nigerian youth to come out and express how they feel as regards the running of the country in terms of bad governance and also the issue of cost of living, and the electoral process, the need for a better electoral process, the need for the cost of living to be bettered by the federal government. And it shows you that now, as reported late hours yesterday, that the protest has been shifted to the Moshood Abiola Stadium, where we'll be heading to minutes from now to give you an up-to-date assessment of how the protest is brewing in Africa's largest black nation, Nigeria. My name is Anthony Momodu, reporting for Global TV.
All right, thank you so much, Anthony Momodu, our correspondent here on Global Television, out in the streets of Abuja, getting situation reports from individuals and, of course, the issues of the particular issues about the protests ongoing here in Abuja. I'm just got a word from Lokoja, one of an individual, a patriotic Nigerian, who will be giving us feeds on what is going on in Lokoja. At about, as that now, as I'm speaking on television, it's calm. Individuals are indoors, and but we'll be getting more situation reports about what is making the rounds in Lokoja. So far so good. Everywhere it's calm, it's peaceful.
It is, yes. That's what we're hearing, and we hope it stays that way, even if it's going to run all through the 10-day period for which the protest has been scheduled.
Exactly.
In such a way that we don't begin to see pockets of violence here and there, because I think ultimately that's where the problem begins from.
Okay.
Government should begin to, continue to have the narratives around what it's doing and continue to expand those efforts, while those who are protesting also need to continue to do it responsibly and realize that we've all got just one Nigeria. There's no photocopy.
Exactly. But is it too early for us to come out and say it's peaceful, it's calm? Is it too early for us to
We can only judge on the basis of the distance of what we see. So far, we only have evidence that it's been peaceful. There's no evidence otherwise. So if anything were to go south, and God forbid that happens, we also will be quick to analyze and share where it is verified to be so. But so far, it's just a peaceful demonstration, and it's making sense.
Exactly. Just like what we have said, it is a peaceful demonstration, and so far it is making sense. All right, we'll quickly go on a very quick break, and then when we return, we'll continue with the program, The Hunger Protest of Nigerians. Stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. All right, thank you for staying tuned. And yes, it is the hunger protest live on Global Television. We're giving you situation reports, and we're being joined by Charles all the way from Lagos, although because of the network hitch has been going in and out. But he's here now, and he'll be telling us the situation in Lagos and some parts of various parts from Akowonjo to Egbeda to Agege, all of these places. Mr. Charles, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Mr. Charles, it's great to have you back on the program, The Hunger Protest. All right, tell us, give us the situation report. What's going on? I know you've been driving all the way from Egbeda to Yanopaja to Agege. Just break it down to us. What's happening?
Well, so far, so good. Everywhere, all the areas are calm. They are cool and calm. People are just gathering in little clusters. We are not seeing placard or any of such, and the security, the military security officers and all the like, they are all around. Everywhere appears cool and calm. Right now, I'm on my way to Ikeja. I'm on my way to Ikeja now. The road is so free. Just tributes of people are just walking by the road. But it is now everywhere people are calm. Alimosho generally, Ikeja. I'm going to Ikeja now. Once I get to Ikeja, I will give you updates.
Okay, but no, so far, so there are no protesters on the streets. Nothing is happening. No, everywhere is cool and calm, like you've just said.
Yes, I equally had a discussion with we call them street urchin. That guy, why are you guys not protesting? He said no, they were told not to protest. So anybody that protests around this area, they will deal with him. I think there's probable fear that has been created in people. In fact, the guys will be begging me for money. I said, but you guys are supposed to come out and protest. He said, they said they should not protest and he's hungry. So you can see the level of fear that has been created in our people, so that they've not been able to exercise their civil rights. So that's the situation of things on ground in Agege, Alimosho, and the likes. Because I can assure you, people are seriously hungry, but because of the fear that has been created, so they are afraid of coming out to protest.
You have something to ask Mr. Charles?
No, I'm just, I think I feel inspired by Charles's enthusiasm and patriotism that you're showing doing all of these around several parts of Lagos this morning. Charles, I need to ask you this. When you look at what you're seeing now, what you've observed the last few hours you've been on the road, vis-a-vis what you had heard days before now, is there a difference? Are you surprised at all?
Sorry, come again, please. You said what?
I'm saying you have been on the road for a couple of hours this morning. It's almost midday in West Africa, at least, of course, in Lagos. And now, when you look at what you have observed, what you have witnessed this morning on the road, does it in any way mark a difference with what you had heard days before now? Is there a difference between the news you've been hearing the whole time versus what you have seen on the streets today?
I'm seeing now I'm really surprised, the feelers we were getting as at yesterday, that there will be protests in Yanopaja, some houses. I just drove past Yanopaja. Nothing of such is happening. I don't know. Nothing of such is happening. Like I said, I interacted with all these street ushering because the guy was trying to beg from me. I said, you guys are begging. Why not come out and protest? It's last. There's fear around. There's fear around. That's the truth. There's fear around. Everybody's afraid of coming out, That's just the basic truth. And yet, there's hunger in the land. And nobody's willing to come out.
I've said his name.
So that's
let's
just
talk about
now, as it is.
Hello. Mr. Charles, just like what we asked, were you expecting that it was going to turn out like this? Looking at how individuals have said they are going to come out and protest to end #end bad governance. But now in the city of Lagos, and we got, we'll say for every rumor there's an atom of truth. We heard that some miscreants went into shops and were actually trying to break into shops and cause havoc in Lagos. But now, for what you've been telling me, and where you are is like the heartbeat where individuals come out in masses to protest, and now you're telling us that the city is calm and there's no individuals on the street. How can you view that, really?
That's the situation we find ourselves. Like I said, I've driven past areas in Lagos where I know certainly people will be gathering in their numbers. I've been to Agege this morning. I've been to Dokwemu. I just drove past Zinc around the Ikeja now. The road is so deserted. If I somewhere around the Dokwemu houses, people are starting opening their own shops. Even Agege, there are some people in the markets. So I'm not really getting that feelers, that we need to come out and exercise our civic rights. I don't know. The fear is heightened. And from what the street usher told me, he said they've been warned. If any of them come out and protest, they will deal with them. I know these are guys
Charles,
that are
we'd like to say a big thank you to you this morning for joining to make this happen. We hope the next few days you have the energy to stretch this a bit further as we expand the narrative.
Thank you so much, Charles, for being a part of the program this morning. And keep being patriotic, really.
Of course. We understand that our senior correspondent, Kikelomo Okere, who is live on the ground in Owerri, Imo State capital, is joining us live on the program this morning. Kike, if you can hear me, good morning to you. All right, we understand that we're trying to get a couple of things fixed today, so Kike can join us and also bring us some polls from the southeastern part of the country, because we've seen just a while ago, Charles joined us from the southwest, Lagos in particular, the commercial nerve of Nigeria, and we've heard from Sokoto a while ago was Jaji. So we just want to bring, as we say, potpourri of information your way, so you are properly guided as to what's happening, particularly knowing that a lot of people will be home today, not going anywhere indoors. So we owe you that duty to bring you up to speed about developments.
Exactly. And for you to just sit back, relax, and know that Global Morning will keep you well informed when it comes to the major happenings around.
We understand that Kike has just joined us now from Owerri, Imo State's capital. Kike, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hello, Kike.
Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. What's happening in Imo State? Tell us any latest development concerning the protest?
Now we are live at the Commercial Access Avenue. This is popularly known to be very, very busy. But about protesting, it will hold or it will not hold. But yesterday, the governor of Imo State.
I've been reporting for Global TV. You can join Global TV on DSTV. Can check them out.
Go ahead, Kike.
Yeah, prior to that, the governor of Imo State urged the traditional rulers and the youth to shun violence, not to join in the protest. I guess that is what is happening now, because as you can see, there is no vehicle moving around, and the shops around this area, they are locked, they are under lock and keys. Everybody is panicking because they don't know what next step to take.
So looking at this critically now, that means the youths of Imo State are actually, they decide to adhere to what the governor, other than Governor Hope Uzodimma, just told them not to join in on the protest.
Yes, they actually, the governor actually told them not to join in the protest. And since morning, it has been raining. It has been raining heavily here, so I guess the rain also contributed for people not coming out to protest, as in it's like an advantage to the citizen, as in the people, the indigenes of Imo State.
All right, great. Kika, thank you. So I want to ask you this. I mean, you are not a stranger to happenings in Imo State. Imo State in particular has also not been a stranger to random and spontaneous instances of violence. Incidentally, 2 days ago, you mentioned a while ago how that Governor Hope Uzodinma had inaugurated the Southern Council of Traditional Rulers. That was an epoch-making event. But 2 days down the line, ironically, the End Hunger, End Bad Governance protest has started, which becomes more like an anti-climax. Now, talk to us about what security presence is like in Imo State, because we heard about violence being reported in that state just yesterday.
For now, everywhere is calm. There is no violence everywhere. Everywhere is calm. The traditional council that was inaugurated 2 days ago also contributed for the calmness in this state, because the aim of that council is just to boost the security situation in Imo State, and especially the southern east and environs.
All right, thank you so very much, Kike. We hope you continue to monitor and follow development for us from that part of the country, so we can also properly inform our viewers.
Thank you, Kike. Wow.
All right, I think that's interesting to know.
Really?
I think this protest is also going to help broaden our horizon in terms of how we address national issues. Very important. Whether it is rule of law, national security, providing basics for the people. At least we understand that President Bola Tinubu had promised within his Renewed Hope Agenda framework of the several things his government will do. I think with this protest in front of us now, it will trigger some sort of rethink and reassessments of those initiatives.
Very important, not just for, it's not one-sided, it's both the government and of course the individuals who are protesting. It's very important that we should have a balance, and which we see so far. I think it's too early for us to just jump the gun and just say what, to just jump the gun and just speak concerning the protests now. Let's see how it goes from now, tomorrow, next, and see how well this whole protest ends, or it should end quickly as possible, so that the right and the needful should be done at about this point. I think we have to draw the curtains, and we'll come back because we have midday news to bring you more insights on major happenings concerning the protests. Do not go anywhere. The hunger protest segment on Global Television continues.